Hi, thanks for stopping by. So, this is a monthly reading for Scorpio. Scorpio, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, you can do so by hitting the subscribe button below. I'd love to have you here. And if this resonates, if you would like to hit the thumbs up button, that would be really helpful. So, Scorpio, as I was meditating on your energy, what came through was this sense of dealing with something around fairness or justice, and it felt like a lack thereof. Very Libra. Interesting. I don't know if you're picking up on something on the cusp, or if you're picking up on some what tends to be a more Libran energy. But there was something around. I actually got the vision of you carrying the, the sign for Libra, the scales. And there's a bar that goes across, and then the scales are, one scale on one side, one scale on the other. And this felt huge, huge, like, when we say, oh, so-and-so has a tremendous weight on their shoulders. That's what I saw for you is that you had the bar of the scales across your back, and you were trying to hold them up. So it was quite large and significant. So I don't know if you're feeling an injustice in your own life. Perhaps you're someone who fights for others for whom justice is not on their side. Or maybe you're just responding to current events, current situations in our environment that are too numerous to name and mostly unjust. So let's see if the cards have anything additional to say about this for August for Scorpio. Okay. Got the Tower at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Spirit, angels, guides, messages for Scorpio for the month of August. What do Scorpios need to know for the month of August? What do our Scorpios need to know? Angels, spirits, guides. Okay. They're very jumpy. So let me take a minute here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, they all fell out. Okay. We have our cards. Okay. Okay. First card up speaks for itself. Three of Swords. So the threes, Swords is the suit of the mind. It's the suit of air, the element of air. Three is a spiritual number, body, mind, spirit. And clearly this is about some sense of betrayal, heartbrokenness, having one's heart broken, having broken someone else's heart, but typically this is around having one's own heart broken or feeling heartbroken about something. And the mind is dealing with this. This is something that perhaps the heart has healed from, as we see, but the mind is still grappling with something. Could be indicative of my meditation around some sort of perceived injustice or actual injustice, or still hanging on to something that was done at a previous time, and that you're still kind of grappling with. Maybe it still pops into your mind at times. But given that the next card is the Page of Cups, It seems as though there is an energy either coming into August or with you already that speaks to um, getting over this in some way. I think that there is a bit of, now let's take the next card too, just for clarity. So as you can see, we've got the first card up is the Three of Swords, followed by the Ace of Cups, followed by the Eight of Swords. So sandwiched in between some sense of betrayal and heartbreak and feeling a bit trapped in your thoughts. Perhaps you can't, as try as you may to let this injustice or this heartbreak go, you haven't been able to do so. Although smack dab in the center is this beautiful Page of Cups that wants to come through, or August will offer you this Page of Cups energy, which is truly sort of coming at situations, viewing situations with the heart of a child, coming at things from your inner child, from a space of curiosity, wonder, and trust. Kind of that feeling we have when we're children and we haven't gotten battered by the world yet, and we haven't had our hearts broken, and we still really trust and romanticize and sort of really believe that all things are possible. We're kind of innately romantics when we're children. And so this seems to speak to the fact that this, I think what's coming through for me is that this is who you are at your core. But you're a little bit battle wounded, and those wounds are taking place in the mind. You're having a difficult time shaking loose or maybe forgiving some injustice, something that was done to you. It's feeling a little bit more personal than global, but maybe not. This could be a storyline around what we're experiencing, as I said, sort of in the world right now, but it feels a little bit more personal. So, so the Eight of Swords shows you that you have, if you look close, the bondage is barely hanging in there. Her arms are free enough that she could take the blindfold from her eyes. So there's a sense of keeping oneself stuck in a cage, stuck in a mental loop that you're unable to get out of. Perhaps in your mind you're going over and over and over a situation, or what someone did, or what someone said, or what you wish you had said, what you wish you had done. And it's kind of clogging up your ability to love again, to trust again, to re-engage that part of you that is romantic and curious and trusting at its core, trusting. But know, Scorpio, that this is within your control. You can absolutely stop this. Sometimes what helps the mental chatter is to engage with it, say out loud, stop. Because we get into loops, and we have to be mindful of where our thoughts go. When you're not paying attention, where do your thoughts go, right? Because when you start to pay attention to where your thoughts go, then you can intervene and replace some of this anxious kind of on a loop, repetitive, going over some injustice, some betrayal, some lie, some heart-wrenching heartbreak. You can stop it, okay? Because when you do, look, you have the sun. The sun is major arcana, almost to the end of the Fool's Journey. This is about slaying those dragons, right? This is about being able to overcome any obstacles on the journey, any obstacles on the path. And like I always say, that the path, the Fool's Journey, is, to my mind, it's an internal journey, right? We are slaying our internal dragons. We are getting in touch with our own demons and facing those. And when you do, what you get is this beautiful, the sun comes out. You couldn't ask for a better card. This is not even, it can speak to healing, but it's more about like the sun comes out after, after you've been through a long dark night of the soul period. I anticipate that this is how we're all going to feel when we get to go back to our lives and things feel a little bit, perhaps new normal, but we're back out and we can see people and hug them and kiss them and, have those very significant parts of our life back. I always get, when I think about that, I always have the image of the sun. So that's what this is indicative of, Scorpio, is that when you stop the mental chatter, when you're able to really heal the heart space and the mind space, because that seems to be what is tripping you up at this point, and you get back in touch with your Page of Cups, which seems to be kind of who you are at your core in many ways, then the sun comes out, right? Forgiveness, when you're able to forgive yourself for whatever part you may have played in whatever situation this may be referring to. When we're able to forgive others for transgressions, or, trying to understand that people are doing the best they can. And sometimes it doesn't measure up. Followed by the Six of Coins, the Six of Pentacles, which is an evening out, a balancing of resources, skills, the earthly things. But I think in this situation, given the other cards on the table, I think it brings back into your life a sense of balance. When our mind is going over old ground and old territory, and we're stuck in this loop where we can't forgive, and we're hurt and we're anxious, and we're what we are is completely out of balance, not only emotionally, but in our we become a little bit constricted in all things. And this speaks to that when you let that go, you are no longer withholding of any of the things that you have to offer. This speaks to great balance and equanimity. So, how when you feel heartbroken or trapped, like I was just saying, you can get a little selfish with everything that you have. And this says that when you allow the sun back in, when you take the blinders off and you lead back from your heart space and get back in touch with who you authentically are, then things balance out in all ways. And you end on this beautiful Knight of Cups. So knights are movement. So what is on offer here for you, Scorpio, as August unfolds, maybe into September is what I'm sensing, is that you relearn or you trust again, and you're able to lead heart first. The Knight of Cups speaks to moving through the world, moving forward from your heart space, from a healed place, from a loving, forgiving place of kindness. So really, this is a beautiful reading for August. You're just a little tripped up maybe as the month begins. There's a couple of difficult energies here. Maybe just as this month opens, maybe just this first week of August, maybe letting go of some of what has led up to this. Maybe June and July were a little bit intense. Perhaps you've been separated from people you love, or something went down. But everything else that's on offer here is really beautiful. So I think if you can just let go of the loops, let go of the anxiety, let go of the story you're telling yourself about whatever happened, re-engage with some forgiveness for yourself and for anyone else, for whomever is involved in this situation. And when you do so, nothing but love and sunshine and equanimity and beauty comes back into your world. And I think that's what's on offer for you this August. So, Scorpio, spend a little time changing the narrative around some things that may have been less than desirable in your life. Let go of your anxiety, do some breathing, maybe do some sitting in meditation, some forgiveness meditation around this situation, and let it go. Honestly, life is short. Let it go. And as soon as you do, because really the message here is that you're keeping yourself in this loop. You're keeping yourself a little bit trapped. So let it go. And when you do, you have this beautiful month of cups full and things balancing out and sun returning to your life. It's a beautiful reading, Scorpio. I wish you well. Have a beautiful August. If you'd like a private reading or session with me, my books are open. All of my information, I will leave it in the description box below. Scorpio, have a blessed and beautiful August. Thank you. Bye.